and you don't do nothing for him.
I just feel like
and now don't get me wrong, I think
the face is kind of really like harsh, and I think that it's not going to be tolerated in my household. And that's just how I feel. And I'm not going to continue talking about this moving forward. I'm just telling you, like, both of y'all and him, because that's the only, well, you two, like, that's not happening in my household. That could happen in your household. Your new boyfriend could smack the shit out of your son or your daughter or your son.
But the thing is that when he say smack the shit, like I'm not looking at the actual part where there's the physical. I'm looking at the aspect of the discipline. Like I'm looking at it from a bigger.
Real quick, I just have something up here as a graph. Put the camera on me. So here's a graph right here.
I'm not focusing on the head.
Got it, ladies. Pay attention. So here's a graph right here, and you can view it here. It says women often are aggressors when it comes to domestic violence. So if you go ahead and read this graph here, it
2001.
Yeah, well, studies are done. What are you talking about? These studies.
What's the source on this?
Very long for studies to get done.
But that's only one
and the
source.
sources is all there. So real quick, let me go ahead and break down the graph. All of you ladies are speaking right now. What's the source and all of this? I'll go ahead and send it to you after the show. But listen, so you know. If you go ahead and look at this right here, it shows that women, when it comes to initiating domestic violence, women are the ones that are actually the aggressors when it comes to initiating domestic violence. That's the difference there. And also, when it comes to domestic violence, men really don't report it that much as well. We're less likely to report it because it's a freaking chick. Like it's not to say that niggas like it and also still be on a camera as well. It's not to say that men like it. It's to say that men just don't report it because it's a woman where our emotions aren't that involved. Your hits don't really affect us like that anyway. It's nothing crazy. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, everything that you just spoke about, be easy on the camera, everything that you just spoke about was entirely wrong when it comes to domestic violence and who are the actual aggressors when it comes to this.
Based on only one.
It's not a credible source and it's still inaccurate.
And also bring up others
in 2001, women.
No, but I'm saying
is this a woman bashing? Is this a woman bashing podcast?
Search for the opposite of that as well. You're gonna find the equal
amount.
If
we're gonna bash women and single mothers,
and I just wanted to bring up, since we're talking about statistics, and you talked about the single father household to the single mother household, let's take account that fathers are 4 times as likely to abandon.
You talking about, is this a bash women podcast? Do y'all women not research and look up these podcasts before y'all go on them and sit on their platform? Are y'all really that thirsty and desperate for clout? Are they paying y'all something? What's going on? What kind of question is that? Do your research. I would never go on a platform and not at least look at a few videos or a little bit of content. Do your research, man.
Their children than mothers, and that's statistically proven right here. We're not talking about abuse. My sentence is, start to finish, fathers are 4 times more likely to abandon their children.
And do you know why?
Because they lack integrity and they lack responsibility.
And do you know, I know where that statistic comes from. And if you look at it, the reason why it shows that fathers are 4 times more likely to abandon, what they call abandon, right? Because most women, well, let's just give the stats. 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So these are women that are leaving these men. These are women that they want to become a single mother. So these are women initiating and breaking up the relationship. And then most of the time, these women, they would go for full custody. They put the man on child support. And the man is like, what? I can't see my child barely and I got to pay this money. Forget it. I'm not even going to be around. So those stats show that as well. That's included in that. So that's not a genuine stat when we're speaking about abandonment. Abandonment, people think like the man is actually just leaving the woman, leaving him.
I disagree.
Leaving him. This is
I mean, he's right. Technically, if the mom and dad split up and the dad moves out, the kid could feel abandoned. The kid might think that the dad is leaving them. Why can't y'all work it out? Why are you leaving? Why can't you stay? Am I not worth it?
Also not
men aren't leaving their kids. It's the man that is it's the woman that's leaving the man and then trying to get resources from the man. So what you're saying is just
not general. Weren't accurate either because men are less likely. Men are less likely to report abuse than women are, right? Because as we can see, there are a lot more, and this may be fair or not fair. I'm not in charge of these.
You haven't debunked the stat. I hate when people do that. If you're going to argue with the stat, don't talk about your anecdotal experience, debunk the stat. Or just say, this is what I think, or this is what I've seen.
Programs,
Caveat.
But there are a lot more programs that are for protecting women and children from abuse than there are protecting men from abuse, right?
You didn't even debunk this stat. So listen, you don't even know what did you even read it there? Stop it. No, because you're speaking nonsense right now. And also, Ease, remember to get it on both.
Saying and what I'm saying. Yeah,
I got it. But just listen.
The
equal respect is when you are making a statement. Listen, I do debates, and this is what I do. Stop speaking, or I will kick you off my show. Listen.
Okay.
Still man the position, don't straw man the position. Listen, still manning it meaning that I'll let you speak, but still man it. Be genuine. Repeat exactly what I said. When we're speaking about the stats, say exactly what it presented. You're going off on a tangent. The stats show specifically on who initiates. Hold
the phone. What? Hold on.
It didn't say anything but the position. Listen, still.
Okay.
Still man the position, don't straw man the position. Listen, still manning it meaning that I'll let you speak, but still man it. Be genuine. Repeat exactly what I said.
Guys, no. And this is why I hate this. I hate it. This is important, guys. I hate when these Negroes learn these words and don't know how to properly use them in actual context. Now they're misleading you, and now you sounding crazy. Now, what did he say? He said, steel man me, don't straw man me. So, what are these? Steel manning and straw manning are two logical. They're like logical arguments, ways, debating tactics, right? A straw man is a fallacy in which you basically focus on a portion of an argument that is not as strong in order to validate your point or defeat the entire argument. Let's say, for instance, if a person says, man, I was going over this green grass and it made my skin break out in hives, right? The point is that the grass made his skin break out in hives. Oh, well, but you say, oh no, the skin didn't break out in hives. Your skin, the grass didn't break you out in hives because it's green. It's green. You're focusing on the small part of his argument and not the true part of his argument, which is that he now has hives. Now, a steel man is where you take another person's argument and you uplift it. You basically make it stronger. And the purpose of this is because you want to basically, in order to defeat the argument, you have to both be on the same page. So I'm just saying. Now, when I say uplift, I'm talking about something very specific. I mean, you're literally taking their argument, even if it's a trash argument, and you're representing it or presenting it in the best possible way. So when you steel man what someone's saying, you're not saying what they say. You're saying a better version of what they're saying. So we have to stop using these terms and throwing these terms out there. I'm sorry. You can call it petty if you want to, but it is what it is. I hate to say it, but like, I don't like that fake smart stuff, man.
When we're speaking about the stats, say exactly what it presented. You're going off on a tangent. The stats show specifically on.
Now, why am I being such an anus about this, right? Because he's an anus. No offense, but he's an anus. He is uptight. He is stickler. He's particular, meticulous, and this is coolly. So look, if you can extend that to other people, you have to be ready to take it too. And the truth is, you using the words wrong, bruh. Like if you're gonna grandstand, make yourself look bigger, then use the terms correctly. That's all I'm saying. Do I gotta drop a class to teach y'all ninjas how to debate? Let me know.
Who initiates? Who initiates? It didn't say anything else. So this is provable. It's a study done. Who initiates? Who are the one that initiates? And women are the one that actually are in these statistics. They say, well, yeah, I initiated it. But guess what? The man in court, he still is found guilty, even though, because the courts are favored, women are favored in the courts. So even when the woman would initiate the abuse, meaning hit the man first, and that man hits that woman first, she's the one that goes, that man go ahead and retaliates and hits her back. She calls the police. He goes to jail. This stat then goes on domestic violence 1. But the stat that doesn't go on it is who initiated it. What goes on it, who initiated it, if the woman is honest, where these reports come from, because some of these women are honest and the men are honest, it correlates. The woman say, yes, I initiated. The man would say, yes, she did initiate it, but she doesn't experience any consequences, any negative consequences for putting her hands on a man. The man experiences the negative consequences, and then we got women like this chick on a podcast talking about, abuse and all of this stuff. These men are
in general, he is right.
Times more likely to do all of these things, to abandon a child, to hit the.
It's not universal. There are women that it's not universal.
Woman, this is just false. You're lying on this podcast. You're lying.
I feel like this podcast, I'm sorry, are you listening to understand,
I
or
am.
are you listening just to respond?
No, to understand.
Because a lot of times when somebody's speaking, you have a habit, which you've shown multiple times, to cut that person off. But then when
it's
you're
my
speaking,
show. I'm
right,
gotta
but
run
it's
it.
due respect, right? Because at the end of the day, you set the tone. And when you set the tone of cutting a person off when they're speaking, but you want them to respect when you're speaking, that's not
No,
how it
I
works.
didn't
You
say
lead
that.
Well, see, and under normal circumstances, you'd be right, ma'am. But he's the host. The host has priority. If I'm running the show, if I need you to stop talking, then you got to stop talking. Then if people have a problem with that, then they'll hold me accountable. But if I'm the host, yeah, if I'm talking, you can't talk over me. That's just how it goes. You don't talk over people on their own show. So it's not the same thing. You're not going to get that same respect in that regard.
I said that you were. I said that. What'd you say, East?
We know what the rules about that, so you may have to cut you off, but we'll always give you back.
Yeah, and once again, Ease is speaking right now in the back, and Ease told you. He told you specifically the rules of the podcast. Cooley would have to cut you off at certain times. And the reason why I'm cutting you off is because what you did was you straw man my position, meaning that you didn't repeat my position back accurately. You went off on a tangent and moved the goalpost to something else. I was speaking about.
This is what I'm talking about when you're trying to sound smart. They say you look up in the left. That's how you know you're making up something. They say when you thinking and being creative. I'm just playing, but no, seriously, yeah, he's not right. Like a straw man argument is where you're taking a thing that a person says or a portion of their argument. Moving the goalpost is just moving the goalpost. Going on a tangent is going on a tangent.
Women being the.
In order to straw man, it's the opposite of a steel man, which we've already gone over. A straw man literally misrepresents an argument by tackling a lesser or a portion of that argument. Instead of the actual point of the argument.
Aggressors when it comes to initiating. How can abuse even start in a relationship if someone doesn't initiate it? So women are the cause of getting their butt whooped. That's what I'm saying. Generally speaking, women are the cause. You hit the man first, the man retaliates. Now, I'm not saying that it's good. I think that.
And just to be clear, all this is for the purpose of just arguing with the other person. You know what I mean? When you straw man a person, you're basically picking a weaker portion of what they said and not focusing on the overall point that they were trying to make, because you know that overall point is strong, but that portion you can defeat. So you would rather argue with the portion than to argue the overall point, which is what you would do in good faith. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. On the opposite end, with a steel man, you basically take a argument and you make it better so that you can then defeat that better argument and thus make yourself and your point stronger, look stronger.
These niggas should get locked up. I don't condone men abusing women, so don't look at Cooley
you sound
like
passionate, like
no,
you want to bash women this whole time.
Yo,
like
chat, look how
you
many
got
red flags
six,
I got.
You got six women in front of you. Listen, you got six women in front of you. Okay, majority of us are single mothers. So sometimes it's not what you say; it's how you say things. You understand? I understand that this is your podcast. You want to get your point across for the viewers. We want to go viral for the reels and everything. But we single mothers. You understand?
Wait,
let's
who's
be respectful.
I feel like you're not generalizing.
You're in a relationship.
Yeah, but I'm saying majority of us are. And
I feel like you're not generalizing.
Yeah,
you're
just be kind.
You're speaking on a behalf of men.
Wait, time
but
out.
there
And
could
be
also
respectful.
be
Ladies, how?
the equal.
I'm not speaking about you. This conversation that we're currently having right here is not even personalized.
No,
it's
it's not.
generalized, and we're speaking about stats. The thing is, you ladies are emotional.
No.
It's hard to have these conversations with women. They get triggered.
That's why you should be dissing.
I just think your stats,
your stats,
your stats, it's on a very small spectrum. If
Hold
you
up,
were
you're speaking at the same time. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I think that an emotional response is that if you try to cut me off, I'm going to kick you off my show. That's an emotional response.
No, you know what that is? That's called.
That's you saying that, oh, this is my platform, so I have the control.
Right? You know what that is?
I have the control.
That's called authority. You don't know how to respect men. You don't know how to. That's not abusing authority.
It is
You don't. You got the rules before the show. You got the rules before the show, and you still speaking while I'm speaking and cutting me off. You don't respect male's authority. This is what that shows. This nigga gave you the rules and you still talking. And you can't get it. You don't understand.
I respect when a man sets good leadership. And when he sets shitty ass leadership and expects me to respect
that's good leadership?
it.
I'll show you good leadership. Get off my show. You out of here. Walk her out. You done. Get up out of here.
I will hold you
I'll show you leadership.
It's your show.
I'll show you leadership.
And I'm
a real
still
nigga will kick you off the show.
Uh-oh.
Get up out of here.
I don't give
Get up out of here.
I'm going to hold you accountable whether you ask me to leave the show or not. It's the point
Go ahead.
that you're
Hold
a
me
little
accountable
ass
for
boy.
what?
Your charger.
You're a little ass boy and you don't like to
Listen,
be held
get your stuff and get up out of here.
He's held accountable.
Ain't no accountable. I'm holding you accountable for being insubordinate.
No, you don't have authority when you don't know how to lead. And you don't know how to speak with respect.
I see you leaving the show, right?
To understand.
I see you leaving, right?
You see I'm leaving, right?
Yeah, you
because I don't
leaving.
give a fuck.
This is authority.
But guess what? You also showed
See your
your
way
lack
out.
of maturity.
Nah, see your way out. Peace. Bye-bye. Drive safely. Drive safe. I really do. I hope you drive safe.
I feel like you're not generalizing it fully.
Uh-oh. Well, I could tell that was going bad. I could kind of see where that was going to go bad, yeah. I mean, Cooley ain't perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything he say or the way all the way he moves. I mean, I think, he is known. He makes his points, but he does sometimes use poor debate tactics, and I think that he's just a guy. He's smart, but I think he's like too smart for his own good. You know what I mean? And you can see it because even just he knows these words, but he doesn't actually know how to properly use them in context, because why else would you just say that unless you're just trying to get sound bites? Oh, don't straw man me, bro. Don't, you know what I mean? Like come on, bro. Like, yeah, that's not straw man. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna say it's not straw manning because we're not focused on the part of whatever she said that he's calling a straw man. I'm focused on the definitions of the word and how that kind of basically, just, yeah, that was chaos. That was chaos. I don't know how these people do it. I don't.